Hi Virgo, welcome. So Virgo, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages and then we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. Woo, and the energy is so interesting today, Virgo. When I was meditating before starting my video, I was getting images of owls, which I thought was really fitting because last night, for the first time in a long time, I actually had an owl in my backyard, and that's just so significant to me. I feel like owls are such spiritual creatures. Of course, owls represent spirit, but it also represents wisdom. It also represents, life after death. So very, very intriguing. You may also be connecting with owls or see one or hear one, and or you may resonate with what the spiritual meaning of an owl is. But yeah, I'm kind of loving that vibe for you, Virgo. I'm very interested to see what all we get. Oops, I can hold the card. Here's the first card that came out for you, the card of Capricorn. Some of you could be connecting with Capricorn or have that in your chart. When I was shuffling the cards, though, before starting the video, I had two that fell out, but I put them back because I wasn't ready yet, but I'll tell you what they were. One was the card of Aquarius and one was the card of Aries. You could also be connecting with any of those zodiac signs, and or that may be the like overall vibes, right? And the overall vibes of those combined energies is like very future forward thinking, yet practical and logical all at the same time. It's not a lot of emotional energy. It's more of like an intellectual vibe. Can come off a bit cold or distant, but it is, far reaching energy, very innovative thinking energy. It also is talking about doors of opportunity opening for you, Virgo, and maybe ways that they've never opened up for you before. This is a very ambitious, yet sometimes difficult energy as well. But it's all about kind of like sticking to what you're good at and staying down to earth, staying disciplined, and yet ambitious. So I feel like that's kind of right up your alley, if you know what I mean. But let's go a little bit further and see. And you know what? Actually, I thought there was an owl on this picture, but there's not. Wouldn't that be cool? Anyways, it looks like it from far away, doesn't it? Or does it to you? But it's not. I don't know what that is. Okay, so let's see what else we get out for you, Virgo. You have the card of morality, the card, why am I talking like that? The card of the outsider and the card of postponement. I think it's really interesting that this card came out because this is about life after death, death and rebirth, endings, new beginnings, transitions, changes, things of that nature. Very spiritual energy, right? And then you have the card of the outsider and postponement. Not my favorite energies. This is quite literally, maybe feeling like you're on the outside looking in or that you don't belong somewhere, right? There may be some delays or postponement in your plans, or things may feel a bit stagnant right now. And it just kind of has like a serious undertone to it. It may feel very lackluster or like blah right now, Virgo, or like nothing's changing, right? But when it feels like nothing's changing, everything is being rearranged, I promise you. Like the only times in my life that I've ever truly felt stagnant, it's because there was like a massive amount of change coming for me right around the corner, and it was kind of like the calm before the storm. I will never look at stagnancy quite the same way again because I promise you nothing is ever stuck. You are always in future forward perpetual motion as part of being on this planet, right? So even when you think things are slowing down or at a standstill, nope, it's just setting the stage, rearranging for whatever is coming through next. And in a way, that's kind of exciting if you think about it, That's why they say never get too comfortable, right? Because there may be another change around the corner, and you got this, Virgo. Like, you can handle this. So let's see then. Let's get more details. What is coming through for my Virgos then? You have 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and the Fool. One more. Page of Cups. Now, you have 2 pages here. Both of them talk about new beginnings. Okay, and that's kind of what I already felt. But look at this. This is how the cards came out. 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. Why are you stressing about money, you know, or your time and your energy? Some of you feel like you have limited time, limited money, limited resources, right? And it may feel like things are stagnant or just not moving forward fast enough for you in that arena of your life. But again, I feel like it's a lot about your thought process that's slowing it down, more so than it is, you know, like anything else. Virgo, your mind is such an empowering and powerful thing that if you don't pay attention to the way that you're thinking, you may inadvertently throw resistance on your trail, problems on your trail, right? If you are a very problem-oriented person and yet you don't chill out long enough to get into the solution, right? Because for every problem that is created, there is an equal solution. But if you don't step away from the problem long enough to become a match to the solution, you will continually perpetuate problems, right? Because you get what you focus on, whether you want it or not. So while it seems sometimes logical, right, to give a lot of thought or worry to, you know, the things that are going wrong for us, or the things that are, you know, frustrating or, you know, not going well, it's actually working against you. So the longer you give focus to the problem aspect of it, the bigger the problem will get, and the more likely you are to continue to run into problems. So how do you break that pattern? How do you break that cycle? You've got to look for the solution and or back away from the problem, meaning let it go for a day, an hour, a minute, however long you need, or however little time you need to take away its power, right? Because nothing has power unless you give it your focus. And like I said, for every subject, there are 2 subjects, the wanted and the unwanted. So if you know what you don't want, aka you know what the problem is, then on the other end of that, you know automatically what you do want, aka the solution, right? And so if you give your focus, right, your thought to the solution-oriented aspect, and it may be as little as just telling yourself, like, there's a way, there's always a way, I always figure this out, things always line up for me eventually. I may not know what to do, but somebody does. The universe will orchestrate this for me in my favor. I don't need to worry about this. I think that, you know, worrying is only making me feel worse, but it's not creating a solution. So I'm going to back away from that, and I'm going to instead chill out. I'm going to know that what I want is coming for me, and I'm going to give that all my focus, all my focus, all my focus. You see how that pivots the energy? You start to feel lighter, more hopeful, better when you're in that frame of thinking. That is the magic of the law of attraction and being a conscious manifester, right? And that's what separates you from the rest of them, because you have the ability to do this and you understand this, right? And a lot of people don't. They really don't. And that kind of gives you an advantage if you think about it. Now, you have the Fool and the Page of Cups. So right on the heels of this, Virgo, there is a new beginning, some sort of chance or opportunity coming through. It may seem like something very small at first, right? But if you give it a chance, Virgo, if you entertain this, it may actually end up being something much bigger. So let's go deeper. What else does Virgo need to know? I have a song, This Girl Is on Fire, by Alicia Keys, by the way, coming through in my head. All right, 8 of Wands, the Tower, it did come out in the reverse. The 2 of Wands, what is this? Yeah, so expect the unexpected and yet to be expected. Trying to make sense of that one. To me, this is like, with the tower, the tower to me is unexpected energy. It's things that are kind of outside of our control, or that feel outside of our control. And then the Eight of Wands is next to it, which is like information, news, or communication, right? But with the tower in the reverse, this is kind of like expected energy, but yet unexpected. Like, expect the unexpected type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not quite as out of your hands or out of your control as you are giving it credit for, or that you initially think of, Virgo. Because you actually did foresee this, right? Maybe you didn't foresee the way it's coming through or the way that it's manifesting, but you did foresee this. And I feel like you know exactly what to do. You also probably know exactly what this is about without me having to go through more messages. But the cool thing is the Ace of Swords is here. So it's like, aha, I knew it, you know, but you kind of didn't know it, but you did know it. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, it's a sense of that, but it's also like absolute clarity, absolute knowledge. Anything you had been questioning, right? You're getting the answers, you're getting the solution, you're getting the information that you needed. And maybe you didn't quite even want it, but you also knew it was coming in anyways. And I'm not getting if this is regards to a job, money, a relationship, health. It's very general the way the message is coming through, but this is a general reading, so I feel like intuitively you're going to know exactly what this is about. Because Capricorn energy is here, I want to go more towards like 10th house, career, reputation, money type of stuff. But again, could be any arena of your life. It's like, once you get this knowledge or information, it's interesting to me, then you have more choices to make. So it's almost like you're getting like the solution to something, but then it opens up more pathways of choices to make for you. And yet the Eight of Pentacles is here, which is very diligent energy. This is working hard towards what you want. It's being very dedicated to amassing, you know, what it is that you're looking to gain for yourself. And I feel like this is beautiful energy. So here's the overall vibe. You have choices, okay? You have choices because you have two new pathways opening up to you. Both of them equally have the ability to become something more, but there's something unexpected, but yet expected also coming through in the way of, I feel, text, email. It's like receiving information somehow. It could be word of mouth, but there's something here that gives you the final push, right? Or like the final aha of exactly which direction you're wanting to go in. And it is also, by the way, setting the stage here for something that feels currently stagnant to be able to move or change. And they're really wanting you to just stay the course here, Virgo, and to continue to stay dedicated to what you've dedicated yourself to. And this is also on an emotional level, okay? So I'm getting 10th house vibes, but I'm also getting spiritual, like emotional vibes here too. So when it comes to things that you've dedicated yourself to emotionally as well, it's about staying the course, right? And they also kind of want you to enjoy this lull period, or, you know, things not moving. You know, sometimes things not happening is a blessing, right? Or like sometimes the things that we think that we really want aren't really for us, or we're not ready for it possibly. And so sometimes a slowdown or us not getting what we want right then and there is the blessing, right? And those are sometimes the hardest blessings to see, because our ego always makes believe, makes us think that you know, it knows what's best for us. But the ego has a very limited view versus spirit, versus your soul, which has a vast view of everything you've asked for, every possibility, and what would match up best for you. So trust the process, Virgo. Trust the process. And let's get a law of attraction card. And then we're going to go to the love you versus them reading. Card number 26. This is the perfect card for this reading. It says, I will not try to control the uncontrollable. Card number 26. We want you to reach the place where you're willing, not just willing, determined, not just determined, eager, to let go of the need of control of things that are uncontrollable. Like, for instance, what anybody else is doing on the planet. And then instead, give your undivided attention to the only thing you can control, which is how you feel in any given circumstance. In other words, we want you to leave this moment saying, I've decided that I'm going to take life as it comes, and I'm going to do the best that I can in the midst of what I'm currently doing, because that's all I really can do. And that's exactly what your reading was about. Oh my goodness. Woo! I love it. Okay, we're going to go to the you versus them now. I'm going to clear my table and shuffle my cards. I will be back in just a second. Stay right there. See you in a few. And welcome back. All right, Virgo, now I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it is a general read, so the roles can be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. So you have the card of experiencing, and this person has the card of ripeness. Both really colorful, vibrant energies. I love that. Yours is literally about experiencing new things, trying new things, possible travel. This card is about things coming to fruition. It's kind of like a gestation period almost, right? So if there's been a wait on this person's side or things have felt stagnant for them, things may be getting ready to move as well. So let's get into it and see recent past energy for my Virgos. Recent past energy. I have Alicia Keys in my head again, but it's a different song than I got in the spiritual reading. This one was Some People Want It All, but I don't want nothing at all. Anyways, let's see what we have. King of Cups, recent past. Also going to look at how you both think and feel about each other in the now. Excuse me if I can catch my breath. And then most likely outcome. So recent past for Virgos. No, that's way too many. You have the King of Cups here. Let's see. Okay. The Four of Swords. And the Ace of Swords, which also is in the spiritual reading, as well as the Seven of Cups. So there seems to be some breakthrough coming through emotionally speaking. I heard supercharged emotions as well, at least when it comes to this time frame or when it comes to this person. The King of Cups to me is a very sensitive, deep feeling energy. The Four of Swords is about rest and healing and making peace. And then the Ace of Swords is about clarity and the truth and freedom. So quite literally, emotionally, you might be trying to make peace with some sort of truth or information here that maybe was once not evident to you, or there was maybe a veil being held over the truth, right? So if there's been some confusion, I feel like in the recent past, that is lifting, or that will be lifting during this time frame, and it's allowing for some sort of peace or healing to come through on an emotional, spiritual level. So let's see this person's recent past. Some of you may also want to make amends, you know, or amend something within yourself. Okay, that's only for a few of you. Ten of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and the Lovers. So where do you need a compromise, right? Or an adjustment period. Some of you have went through an adjustment period recently with this person or in this connection, or maybe just emotionally. And I feel like this person has too. Like they've had to adjust their vibration because of the connection or because of the relationship. That's just the word I keep getting, adjustment. And or there may still need adjustments to be made or something like that. I feel like there's some level of this person needing to let go of their own judgments or preconceived notions, right? And the word compromise is also really prominent here. And it's in regards specifically to this connection. And or you're dealing with a Gemini, Virgo. But I feel like it's more so about the connection. This person wants stability. They want a good foundation to build off of. And in order to have that, there has to be some sort of adjustment here or compromise. And I feel that there's an awareness on their end about that. So let's see what we need to know in the now. What does Virgo think of this person in the now? What is their perception for Virgo? The Magician. The High Priestess. What do they think of this person? Ooh, holy crap. Okay. You have, the reason why I said holy crap is because the page went from the page to the ace. So that's the big jump. That's the big love right there. I feel like when it comes to how this person thinks of you, they believe they manifested the connection, or you believe that, okay? Especially for my Virgos who are very much conscious and deliberate creators, which is funny because that's what I was talking about in my spiritual reading. I think you feel very intuitively drawn, or on a spiritual level, drawn to the connection. And there's also an element of friendship here, or camaraderie, as well as big love, as well as the it factor. So I feel like this person is it for you, or you feel like you've manifested the love of your life for some of you. Some of you are in the process of manifesting that, but others of you, this has already come to fruition, or at least you feel that way. That's your perception, right? For some of you, you could have been childhood friends. I do want to say sometimes the page talks about childhood, but doesn't have to be, okay? Because this is a general reading. So let's see how this person, what do they think of you, Virgo? What do they think of you? Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the World card. Very interesting. Why that? Ace of Wands. Well, this person has trust issues, Virgo. And I'm getting that surprise. That's like from a TikTok, right? Surprise. And yeah, I feel like there's no surprise around that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's something you expected or you knew going into the connection. And of course, this could be vice versa, but there does seem to be some trust issues here. But there's also a lot of passion, a lot of physical attraction, if this is an intimate connection. I feel like this person is kind of full of light, right? Very playful, vibrant energy coming off of them. And, you know, I'm also getting the song Gonna Make This Happen by Mariah Carey, Making Things Happen. So I feel like, yeah, this person is going to make things happen despite of what is going on behind the scenes, despite if they have trust issues. It could also be that they're hiding something. I do want to say that, but I'll clarify here in a minute. But I feel more so like this person is always like questioning the motives of others, or if there's hidden motives, or like what your motives are, especially if they're a fire sign or an air sign. But it could be any sign. Like I feel like there's like you motivate this person, Virgo, to maybe get their shit together or get their own life together. Or vice versa. There's also something about that here. Which that's what connections are supposed to do, right? They kind of light that flame within us to pursue our dreams, pursue our goals, to grow together, right? As a partnership. So I kind of love that. Let's go deeper though. Let's go into the heart. How do you feel though? How do you feel right now about this person, Virgo? The Wheel. Oops. The Ten of Cups. Wow, King of Pentacles. Virgo, you've met your match, yes? Or at least right now in this moment, you may be feeling that way. Some of you feel like, yeah, you're very dedicated or loyal, or you met your match with this person, right? There's divine timing here. There's the Ten of Cups, which is a sense of family, belonging. That's like the ultimate love, right? That ultimate sense of like, I can be who I really am with this person, or I could be myself. I could feel like myself. That's what you're really yearning for. That's what you're really wanting for in a connection. And sometimes that's kind of hard for you, being as a Virgo. Sometimes you could be self-critical to the point that you kind of create this, your own sense of not belonging, even if you belong, if that makes any sense. But I feel like things like are connecting the dots here when it comes to this person. And then you have Temperance, which is about keeping it balanced, keeping it even, right? Keeping yourself in balance, which may be easier said than done. So let's see this person's heart space. How do they feel about Virgo? The Tower. How do they feel about Virgo? Seven of Pentacles. King of Wands. My goodness. The Knight of Swords. Why the Knight of Swords? What's going on here? What's the Knight of Swords about? Some people know. There's that song again. The Sun. You know, I feel like this person has been in the space of like biding their time or waiting patiently for some sort of change or transformation in the connection or in the situation. And yet their pride was kind of serving as a blockage, or does serve as a blockage. This, wow, holier than thou. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I feel bad for saying that. Maybe they have a tendency to go to the holier than thou. Whatever. And this whole trust thing here as well. Of course, they may have reasons for those issues or concerns, but you know, those are things that they have to figure out within themselves, that they have to soothe or spiritually grow out of, I should say, within themselves. This person is in a rush to get to the good part, to get to the happy, to almost kind of check the easy button, you know, or click the easy button, I should say. Like, the one thing about this person that's really interesting to me, Virgo, is that they're very passionate about what they set their heart on. You know, they are willing to put in the work. They're willing to take their time. Even if there's unexpected or unforeseen circumstances or forces here, I feel like this person is very strong-willed, okay, and will go after whatever it is that they want with quite ferocity, which is, you know, kind of attractive, you know. Just saying. I'm not trying to hit on your person here. But yeah, okay. Anyways, let's go to the most likely next step then. Virgo, what is the next likely step? And the connection, which of course can be changed with free will. 10 of Pentacles. What? The 3 of Swords. Ooh, the 5 of Wands. What are y'all doing right here? Why this? Yeah, oh my goodness. 555. Oh, this was the unexpected yet expected thing that I think I picked up in the spiritual reading, but may or may not relate. The Moon. Wow, I was not... What the heck? What is the fight over? What is the 5 of Wands over? Well, let's expect the unexpected indeed, right? You start with the 10 of Pentacles. I'm going to show you why. Then it goes to the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords in the reverse, which I'm glad it's in the reverse, the 5 of Pentacles, and then the Moon, okay? And I'll show you what the clarifying cards were. Then the 9 of Pentacles. So I'm going to walk you through this. The 10 of Pentacles is about establishments, firm foundations, commitment. The 3 of Swords is obviously feeling hurt. What are you feeling hurt over? Oh, okay. Wow. For some of you, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, go check out their reading, because I got the term crying over spilled milk in the Sag reading, and then I literally just felt that message come through again. Some of you, yeah, it's over really something that you should have let go of, or that maybe was... I'm just going to keep going. This card talks about conflict. This card talks about feeling left out in the cold. This card talks about being in your emotions and then being on your own. So some of you, quite literally, if you have an argument with this person or a fight with this person, or you're at odds with them in some sort of way and it really hurts your feelings, you could be like, I'm out. Which I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, if you truly love this person, I'm going to call your bluff on that. I'm going to call your bluff on that, Virgo. Now, if you didn't have the Ace of Cups here and all of this love and emotion for this person, then I would say, yeah, Virgos usually, you don't mess around. If you say you're out, you're out. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's too much emotion tied to this in order for that to be 100% the case. It might just be an impulsive thing that you feel or that you say, like, maybe I should just, I'm tired of this, so maybe I just go out on my own. And meanwhile, you have investments, contracts or commitments already in place that that you can't walk away from. It's just not that simple, is what I'm getting at. But this seems to be like an impulsive, because I'm hurt, I'm saying things or doing things or thinking things, right, that I don't mean. And this also, by the way, could be your person, doing this. It doesn't have to be you, because it's a general reading. It can be interchangeable, but you get what I mean. And then I wanted clarity on that. Like, what is this? What is this about? And it's about the 3 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. It's kind of like proving a point, standing your ground. Here's what I'll stand for. Here's what I won't stand for. But then you have the 3 of Cups, which is making amends, coming back together, things working out, right? So I feel like there is something here that needs to be adjusted or worked out during this time frame, and it could manifest in many different ways. But yes, that's kind of what I'm feeling. So let me see this person's next likely outcome. Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Oh, the 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Yeah, I'm also getting the James Bay song, Come On, Let It Go. And remember I said in the past, this person, there's some sort of compromise or adjustment there's something they need to let go of, energetically, spiritually, emotionally. And is serving as a blockage in the connection, okay? But their pride, kind of gets in the way of that very strong will I was talking about earlier. But there is something here that is showing up on their end too that is kind of blocking the situation. The Queen of Pentacles, right? In this depiction, you see she's got her eyes closed. She's very closed off energy. She, he, general reading. And actually, because of that closed off energy, this person is completely missing the point or completely ignoring what success or what things are going well right in front of them, right? And then they're going into the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling broke, feeling, on the outside, but they're doing it to themselves, right? Because you see they're looking the opposite direction. They're very closed off. They're ignoring what's right in front of them, and therefore it's leaving it's creating this sense of emptiness within them, even though there's nothing to feel empty about. Everything they want is right here, but they can't see it. They can't see it because of the way that they're fixated in the opposite direction. They're focused on, something that is blocking them, likely the problem, and then they can't see the solution. And what is the solution? To let it go. 2 cards of letting it go. Letting go, not of what they want, but of the resistance, okay? Of the very thing that is blocking them from getting what they desire. And it's through their thought processes. It's through how they're handling things. The encouragement here for this person is to get into this space where it is what it is almost. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. It's just like, okay, I give up on trying to control the uncontrollable. I give up the need to be right. I give up anything that is blocking me from feeling good. And this is the space the Spirit is trying to bring them into so that they can then allow and attract what it is that they truly, truly want, Virgo, which of course is to feel good, to be happy. Okay? To not resist change, but to allow change. And again, this card also talks about going into a higher elevation and making amends on a spiritual and emotional level. Does that mean you're actually going to say these words to each other out in the physical world? No. My readings are based on energy, but it means energetically in the thought process, there is an understanding being met, and there is some sort of amending in the energy as well. And yes, that could translate into a physical, conversation or a fight that then turns into an I'm sorry, or, correcting a misunderstanding, you name it, right? But there's a big group of you here, so keep it general. Card number 14 is the guidance. This card always, I think, is so interesting. It says, babies are thinking and attracting before they are speaking. Even though you're only months old in your physical body, you are very old and a wise creator focused in a baby's body, but you came with powerful intentions. People often assume that because a child is not yet offering words, the child could not be the creator of its own experience. But it is our promise to you that no one else is creating your experience. Children do emanate vibrations, which are the reason for what they attract, even from their time of birth, and this vibration was set forth before they entered their physical body. What a weird and bizarre card to get. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Are you thinking about babies or how you were as a child, or maybe that answers some sort of question inside of you? I don't know. Take it if it resonates with you, but what an interesting take on it, right? Very interesting. I hope that made sense to you. I'm going to leave it there for now, Virgo. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Pisces, Sagittarius again, Pisces again, In the first reading, I felt Aries, Capricorn, and Aquarius, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content by hitting that subscribe button. Also, check me out on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I mostly just go live and vlog and all that good stuff. But in case you're interested, you can join me there. All of it linked down in the description box as well as in the About section. Also, I'm in the Fab Over 40 contest. Yay! I made the top 5. I think there's 2 more rounds left. You can vote for free daily by clicking on the link in my community section and or going to my Facebook and clicking the link that's pinned at the top of the page. I would really appreciate your vote. And it does give you an offer to pay for votes, but please don't do that. Don't pay. A free vote is just fine with me. But either way, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Virgo. And until next time, my friends, namaste.